Okay. I think we all know damn well that this community may not be the brightest. I think it's fair to assume that at least half of the players in this community has had at least one bad interaction from the sour side of this community. And if you've not had a bad interaction, then you have definitely heard of or witnessed something absolutely atrocious from this community. I personally care about the mania community a lot, so this video is for the behalf of those who make this community look like shit, or if you're just genuinely that unhinged. Let's get started. First off, let's be normal and be attracted to consenting adults. Emphasis on consenting, and especially adults. I think the mania community, or even the entire OSU community, has had its fair share of, people who have, a specific attraction to people who are under the age of consent. And that's no good. It makes the entire community look bad. And it's just immoral. The list goes on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the big one. That's the big number one. So just remember that just in case. All right. Next. Please take care of your hygiene, and especially when you're going to go to OSU meetups or conventions. I personally haven't been to a convention myself, besides like a small meetup I've had with other Connecticut Mania players. It was okay. Yeah, I liked it. It was pretty fun. Just make sure, you take a shower, use some deodorant, maybe even a hint of that cologne. It makes you smell good if done right. And in case you didn't know, you just want to smell good, when you're around people. I think that's just common sense. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't know about you. When we're also at these conventions or meetups, let's also be respectful and not harass anyone. I'm not pointing at you because you did anything. It's for those who may or may not have done something not so great that I can't really say without, YouTube. Yeah. All right. Another thing. You can prefer Eterna and not be an asshole about it. It leaves a bad impression in the Eterna community, which is what I've been under impression of. I just feel like Eterna is like the equivalent of 4chan for the VSRG community, because of just how many people are just so, I don't even know the word for it, like incompetent, like supremacist, like I don't know. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, it does not make you look any better than Mania if that's your argument in the first place. So you can still like Eterna, you can still not like or even hate Mania. Just, don't be an asshole about it. All right, this is going to be a big one for some of you. Don't make Dans your entire personality. When you do this, you look overly obsessive and you are obnoxious to many. This is one of the reasons why people hate Dans in the first place, or at least I'm pretty sure of. I think it's okay to play some Dans. I think it's okay to be, proud of your clears. And I also do think it's okay to use them as like a benchmark or scaling difficulty. But just like everything else, you gotta do it in moderation. You don't want to be obsessive, to the point where you mind block an entire Dan. Actually, scratch that. I might be guilty of that. Another thing I almost forgot to talk about is that if half of the words that leave out of your mouth are about hating players who play Dans, or just even on hating on the Dams themselves, you are not much better than the players who were obsessed with them on the first place. Next, we're going to talk about not saying PP in public. If you're going to say PP in public, at least let it be around other fellow OSU players. It could be in any game mode, it doesn't matter which one. But if you're saying PP around people who aren't familiar with the hit game OSU, you are not going to leave the best impression. they're going to think of penis, not performance points. You know, Sitho also mentioned this in his video, which is, you know, the same premise of this video. It's copied, inspired from his video. So shout out to him for the idea. Okay, yet another one. This one is for you mappers. Don't force your mapping philosophy onto other mappers. Just because you prefer your ideologies doesn't mean that anyone else's is inferior. There is no need to have an ego about it, and also belittling other mappers in the process. It's fine to disagree, but it's not fine to be an asshole about it. This doesn't only apply to mappers, but also for players. Just because you're better than someone in OC Mania doesn't mean you're better as a person. It's okay to be better than someone at a game, but it's also very possible to be very supportive about it. Let's be supportive. In case you didn't know what that meant, here's what it means right here. You're welcome. This is a pretty big one. Don't make hating LNs or a skill set your entire personality. If you can't play LNs, suck it up and learn how to play them. If you don't want to, then stop bitching about it. This also applies to any other skill sets that you despise. You know, ultimately, you get to choose what you play and, you know, what you enjoy. However, it is not okay to be an immature crybaby and bitch about it. You know, it doesn't leave an overall good impression on you, and you just look like an immature crybaby. To be a normal Mania player, or even a normal person in general, it's going to take some discipline, motivation, and self-control. Especially when it comes to this. This is also going to be yet another big one. Don't bitch about your rank being lower because of 7 key. If you really care about rank, learn 7 key. Trust me, this is exactly what I did. And if rank matters to you, 7 key is the meta. But don't forget that this is the overall Mania ranking we're talking about. You can still be a top 4 key player. You want to know why? Because 4 key and 7 key ranks are separated. Kinda. And if you really care about ranks and you're a 4 key player, then only compare 4 key ranks. There's no need to compare 7 key. They're fundamentally different. Or at least I'd say so. And even then, if you don't like the meta, if you don't play LNs, then don't even compare ranks at all. Because guess what? The ranking is still flawed because the meta is just LNs and hybrid. There's a few Rice farm maps, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, it's all LN and hybrid. But anyways, that's about it. So there's a very good chance I have forgotten something that I forgot to include in the script. So if there is something I did to bring up, you are more than welcome to leave a comment down below. This is also my first long form video, you know, with a camera on and, you know, showing my face. So if you do like this, please let me know, because I am down to do more content like this if you guys, you know, enjoy watching this. So if you can let me know, I'd appreciate it. As always, like and subscribe, leave a follow on my OSA profile, join the OSA team, join the Discord server, and a huge thanks to the server members. I'll see you next time. Another thing I almost forgot to mention is that if you're going to be, you know, another thing I forgot to almost mention is that, you know,